Half the time he was playing in the dirt instead of participating in the
I've
game.
been there. Yeah. Yeah.
And so, and like we're getting into the car after it, and he's got so much dirt all over him because he was scooping dirt onto his glove and pouring the dirt onto his own head.
How do I?
All right, Joe, this one's for you.
Uh-oh.
How do I handle it? How do you handle it when your kid wants to quit an activity mid-season?
Well, it depends. If it's a paid activity,
Yep.
that changes the calculus in my opinion. Because we warned them going into it, because we've seen them lose interest in things, not just activities, but just in stuff in general. We're like, yeah, no, if we're gonna put this money commitment into it, you need to get your money's worth out of it. And so we've done that several different times where we've been like, but you need to tough it out for the season. And if you don't want to continue next season, that's fine. But for this season, we have made a commitment, especially with a monetary money commitment.
Yeah, yeah.
You're gonna stick it out for this season. And so we've done that a couple of different times, and we're like, okay, we get it. This is not your thing. We won't do another season, but we especially like so. For instance, both of our boys at different times did baseball, and so we're like, look, we're buying you equipment, we're paying for you to be on the team. This is a big money sink. This is a time commitment that we have carved out of our calendar. You will put your effort into it. You will do it. And especially my oldest, he hemmed and hawed about halfway through the season because he wanted to be the pitcher. He was, I know he's upstairs watching, but he was not going to be the pitcher. They put him in right field, and it's because he showed during practice he wasn't willing to put in the effort that some of these other boys were willing to put in. And so they put him in right field because that's where it, let's just face it, when you're in young baseball, right field is where they put the kid
Yeah,
who
'cause nobody
isn't
puts it out there, yeah.
who's not doing it. And so um the couple of times that the ball got popped over to him, he was shocked. We had to yell at him to go get the ball because he wasn't paying attention. Half the time he was playing in the dirt instead of participating in the
I've
game.
been there, yeah, yeah.
And so, and like we're getting into the car after it, and he's got so much dirt all over him because he was scooping dirt onto his glove and pouring the dirt onto his own head. And we're like, kids, you're not helping any. They're not going to make
Yeah.
you a little dirt ball into the pitcher. And the coach was very nice about it because he went to the coach and said he wanted to be the pitcher, and the coach told him, you need to put a lot more effort in before we even consider giving you a try at the pitcher. Um, and so the coach was trying to be very positive
Sure.
about it. Um, but yeah, after that discussion though, my son was like, "Yeah, no, I'm done." I'm like, "No, you're not. You're not done.
Yeah. I
You're
actually
gonna
think
stick out this season."
um, I won't let my kids give up. Like, okay, we've always said from the get-go, because we came from a very poor background, especially with the first gym, and they've been through a roller coaster ride of finances in this house. Uh, and we're like, "Hey, if we can only, like, do one thing, so at that we have to pay for, so if you sign up, you're riding it out." And, basketball, baseball, whatever, it didn't matter. And that was always rule. But then it was like, oh, I don't want to play. It's like, but when you're on that court for basketball, you're gonna give it your best. You're gonna run back and forth. Because if you don't, I'm gonna take you home and I'm gonna run you around the block a bunch of times. Because that still defeats the purpose for me. It's like you want to do, you're going to learn something out of it. Sometimes it is to really practice in free ways as best you can to really know that you want to do it instead of just jumping into it and or um okay, so you don't like basketball, but what can you learn? How to operate better with your teammates, how to hustle, how to put in an effort into something that you mistakenly got into, but now you're here. So I definitely push that one forward. That's because we got to talking and telling stories before. Anyway, that's a Joe private messaged me. He's like, "Why is our logo say be awesome together?" Because I never changed it because I jumped right into telling him a story. Um,
No,
no,
I had changed it earlier. I don't know why it's
that
be
no,
awesome
that
together.
is weird. It says it's wise and nerdy, but I don't know why
It's
Bat
just
is
Talk
on there.
Studio being dumb. But yeah,
It really is. That's weird. Well, we
so
derailed it, but yeah, we're similar in that vein. But and actually, I make it hard for them to go through. Like Erin would pay for them to go into everything. She doesn't care, and I'm like, but I care, and I'm tired of spending money. Like it was somebody else that paid for it. She didn't do this, but her and my father-in-law and my son came home one day with a bunch of catcher's gear. Now he had already done 2 years in baseball, and they were bad teams, and that's the other thing is at certain levels. I mean, we're playing 8 and under ball. It's going to be a bad team. A lot of times, even 12 and under ball is just uncoordinated, bad attitudes, and so I really pushed Ryland into um, practicing good behavior and ignoring the bad behavior and doing his best in spite of everybody else. And by the time I was like, yeah, where, not literally where the Kobe Bryants and Michael Jordans come from, but that kind of athlete comes from, I'm going to do what I'm going to do and I'm going to practice, I'm going to push, and I'm not going to let anybody hold me back. So that helped. But he also wanted, every kid wants to be the pitcher, right? Every boy, maybe every girl, I don't know. Everybody wants to be a pitcher when they're on the baseball team. He got a few shots at it. He did okay. But again, he wasn't putting in the full effort of, hey, we had a pitching square, like just a little piece of wood put up at the right height at a batter's box and in the backyard so he could throw baseballs at it or tennis balls at it or whatever. Go out and just 50 balls a day. He wouldn't practice at home. None of my kids want to practice at home, it seems like. I'm like, well,
yep.
then you're only going to be able to do so much. Now he practices in practice, and actually he's built some other good habits. So I won't digress. But but yeah, when they came home with that catcher's gear and it was like $900, I'm like, why did you do that? Every league we play in, they give you, I mean, it's crappy gear, but they give you gear. And he's only playing on bad teams at this point, right? Now he wanted to do more, but we didn't know if he could do more. You never know. I was like, I made such a big deal. I was so mad about that. I made a big deal. And then he's been using it some. And he's actually improved. But dude, I make him convince me that I should let their mom do something. I mean, she's gonna do it anyway, but I can either make it a very miserable 6 weeks or we can all get along and have fun with it. So that's where I'm at.
Yep. Yeah. Well, and it's it's important not just from a money sink standpoint, but teaching your kids that when you make a commitment, you can't just walk away from it. It does help build character. I know that's kind of a cliche thing to say, but it does. It teaches them that you need when you make a commitment, you need to stick it out and you need to honor that commitment.